You were reborn as every guy's dream. A first-gen Xingtian mech? You had helped your pilots countless times. You saved this monster-invaded world over and over again. But instead of being honored as a hero, in your final battle, your core got damaged by a monster that caused your performance to drop hard. You were even treated like scrap. Then they handed you to a battle-crazy girl named Songling Shuang for training. And that's when the real nightmare began. In theory, a mech like you shouldn't feel pain. But old models like yours used neural sync technology. During training, Songling Shuang kept overheating the gun barrels. She never cared about your limits. Every single time you felt a burning pain like you were being scorched alive. And even stranger, every time Songling Shuang synced with you, you could feel the hatred she had for you. But something else happened. Before you could figure out where that hatred came from, you heard the mechanics talking nearby. Xingtian's reactor is converting less and less energy. After the next training session, it'll probably go into permanent shutdown. That hit you like a truck. But before you could even process that cold sentence, everything changed in an instant. The base radar lit up. Then a shrill alarm went off. Several red dots appeared on the screen. They were closing in on Xuanzhe base. The mechanic reacted fast. He immediately sent out a warning. Incoming energy strike detected. Evacuate immediately. Head to the nearest shelter now. The second he finished speaking, several fireballs smashed through the hangar ceiling. They came crashing straight toward the people in the control room. Just as everyone was about to get hit, you suddenly threw out your arm. You pinned the fireball hard against the wall. But the heat was insane. It scorched the alloy shell on your palm. Pale blue liquid metal started leaking out. It ran through the gaps between your fingers. And right then, a soldier came stumbling in. Urgent report from the front. An unknown energy strike has hit Zhenhai City. Some of those energy masses are falling toward our base. They turned solid in midair. They're Type 2 monsters and fusion beasts. And here's the worst part. The two nearest main battle mechs are still too far away. They need at least 30 minutes to get here. The whole control room went dead silent. Everyone knew it. The only combat-ready mech left at the base was you, this old relic, and the only person who could pilot you was Songling Shuang. Seeing that, Songling Shuang stepped forward. Let me pilot Xingtian and engage. The mechanic, Wen Yan, was sweating bullets. Xingtian's reactor is only at 60% output. It still needs 10 more minutes of support flow. Only then can it start safely. For starting it now will scrap the mech for good. But when Songling Shuang heard that, she didn't stop at all. Instead, she forcefully connected the neural sync. You vaguely heard her whisper, "Come on, old relic. Show me what you've got. Show me how you became a legend back then." The moment you heard that, you nearly broke down inside. Can you at least wait till this old relic is warmed up? Then go fight, okay? If transmigration really came with cheat powers, the one you wanted most right now was obvious. You wanted the power to slap her from across the room. Before anyone could say another word, a huge boom shook the place. A giant fusion beast was already at the door. It ripped the hangar entrance wide open. Songling Shuang just sneered. Then she moved. She slammed the rocket boosters to max output. The whole mech shot into the air. A moment later, you lined up with the beast's head. Then you hammered down with one brutal punch. That single blow smashed the fusion beast flat, and Songling Shuang gave it no chance to recover. She drove the mech into another leap, then planted it squarely on the beast's back. Then she yelled, "Blades out!" The command hit instantly. Two massive curved blades snapped out at once. They burst straight out of the black armor. Then they slashed straight for the fusion beast's head. But just as the strike was about to land, everything went sideways. The giant beast's spiked tail stabbed in at shocking speed. The impact nearly knocked Songling Shuang cold, and in that split second, the giant beast seized the opening. Then it launched a second attack. But right at the last possible second, you forcefully stepped in. Then you took the mech's controls back. You spun and slashed at the giant beast. The blade cleanly chopped off that tail. Then a voice came from inside the mech. Internal armor damage, 41%. Songling Shuang froze for a few seconds. Then she grabbed control again. She drove the mech into a downward kick. It came crashing toward the giant beast's head. But in the next second, several newly fused giant beasts rose from the water. Songling Shuang didn't back off even a little. She actually squared up to fight them head on. Seeing that, you almost wanted to cry. Where the hell was that confidence coming from? But right now you had a problem. You couldn't just grab control again. If you did, the fight might not even start. The overloaded reactor would send the mech out of control, and it would explode on the spot. Just when you were stuck between two bad choices, a cold system voice rang out. Ding, first kill confirmed. Purification system activated. Mech codename Xingtian. Soul ignition level 1. Equipment module, Executioner. Heavy arm cannon module unlocked. Back-mounted rocket boosters unlocked. All previous kills have now been counted. They've been converted into purification points. Current available purification points, 20,000. These points can be exchanged for rewards in the shop. The voice in your head made you light up instantly. You were thrilled. Honestly, the damn system showed up way too late. But at least it was generous. It had converted all of Xingtian's old kill records into purification points, so you immediately opened the shop interface. Then, you spent 16,000 points without hesitation. You traded them for the mech's two most critical components. The first was a turbo core reactor. It could extend the mech's lifespan. It could also massively boost Xingtian's performance. It was an all-around upgrade. The second was a high-intelligence AI interaction system. That would let you talk directly with Songling Shuang. Exchange successful. Delivery will be completed within 10 minutes. That made you want to complain on the spot. Why is there a delivery time? Shouldn't this stuff install instantly? Then reality hit again. The fusion beast's roar snapped you back. Songling Shuang drove you into a full-speed charge. The cannons locked onto its eyes. Then the heavy cannons fired. Both muzzles erupted at the fusion beast. The barrage hit hard. The fusion beast let out a scream and crashed to the ground. The remaining giant beasts didn't last long either. You and Songling Shuang finished them off together. But after taking hit after hit, the mech issued another warning. Severe damage detected. Evacuate by escape pod immediately. The mech was already at its limit, so Songling Shuang had no choice but to turn you back. But the moment you reached the hangar entrance, the sea behind you erupted again. Back at command, General Song was the first to catch the anomaly. He hurriedly warned Songling Shuang, The monitors are showing something new. A level 4 monster you've never seen before is coming. I order you to get out of that mech immediately. But after a long silence, Song Ling Shuang shook her head. No, I can't. Xingtian and I are the base's last line of defense. If I pull out now, everyone in this base will be doomed. They'll all become prey for the monsters. I am not retreating. At that moment, you felt it clearly. Your alloy armor was twisting and warping from the heat. At this rate, you'd be fully melted down in under 20 minutes. So you didn't hesitate for even a second. You ripped open the armor around your own cockpit. Then you grabbed Song Ling Shuang right out of the pilot seat. Song Ling Shuang's eyes went wide in shock. How is that even possible? But you ignored her completely. You just kept walking toward the shoreline. Then several huge coolant tanks dropped from your frame. They crashed down all at once. Steam billowed up all around the mech. Heat rolled through your frame like a furnace. You charged that level 4 fusion beast no matter what. Your blazing blade struck first. It punched deep into the fusion beast's hardened skull. At the same time, all 6 thick spiked tails whipped across the sea. Then they lashed straight at your chest. You reacted in time. You caught 2 of the tails with your hands, but the other 4 still punched into your armor. Even then, you didn't go down. Instead, you tore the 2 tails apart with brute force. Then, without missing a beat, you brought the heavy blade down again. This time it cut off the rest of the giant beast's tails. Warning, the reactor has collapsed. Estimated time until full dissolution, 5 minutes and 43 seconds. The instant that warning ended, the 3 remaining giant beasts charged in together. You reacted fast. You threw your hands over your waist to protect it, but you still took a devastating hit. Your body was almost torn in 2. Your upper and lower halves were barely hanging together. Your left arm was down to nothing but a lonely metal frame. But thankfully, the reactor was still running. As long as it kept going, you could still command this body of steel. The source text cuts off here.